Hello, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome back to the OG Sin City Crypto Live. My name is David. I'll be one of your co-hosts, and today, like every single day, coming at you live from our studio. Finally, we're back in Las Vegas, Nevada. We have a fun show for you guys today. We're going to talk about Ripple and their stark, dire warning to the U.S. Get with the program or get lost, they said. We're also talking about Bybit doing KYC for everyone, everywhere in the entire world. What does that mean if you're a Bybit trader? And we have some other news. We have our video from Forrest today. But first, we have your other co-host, Robert.
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome.
The house that Sin City built.
That's right. And if it's your first time checking us out, we're an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take that old, boring, and stale information that everyone else puts out, repackage it up in a fun and sexy way. What we do here. Yeah. And then Bitcoin's down a couple $100 from yesterday, huh? Wow. 26. It's on the way.
Great analysis.
That's right.
It is down. You know what's not down?
My spirits.
Inflation in Italy.
My hair? Oh.
No, inflation in Italy.
Oh.
Italy. Why in Italy?
I've been sitting on this for 4 days.
Really? What you got?
What's going on now?
Well,
you've been sitting on
First and foremost, Rocco.
Thank you.
Rocco.
Okay, I have to be BJ to say
No,
I
I don't want you to be BJ.
Okay.
If you watched any of the shows, you know I had your back the entire time. I said I missed you. Did you not see that?
No, he actually was backing me up.
Seriously?
It was Robin was backing me up.
Every time I said hello on the blockchain, but man, whatever, Rocco. Nothing ever is good enough for you unless my name is Robin. So we have this. We have this meme from Wall Street Silver. So it says inflation fines for eating are up. And Rocco, if you can narrate this for us, and what is exactly going on here?
Into the canal, you have to pay 140 euro. It's increased. It was 100 euro. See the inflation. Before the inflation, we were paying into the canal for 100 euro. Now you have to pay more. If you pay.
First of all, it's not Italy.
Bro, that's Italy, bro. Gondolas, little streams. I've been to the Venetian. I know.
It's definitely
This is Italy. You're not going to convince me.
Yeah, with the German writing on the.
Is this really what you guys do out there?
Yeah, that's what we
Italy, bro.
It's not even Italy.
Oh, that's Italy, man. Has to be Italy.
Because there is a canal, it's Italy.
Yeah.
Is it just water and a bridge in a city? So
It must be
definitely
Italy.
I know
There's
Italy.
gondolas, man. Gondolas
I know
are
Italy when I see
Italian.
it.
It doesn't get much more Italian than gondolas. That's all I'm saying.
But there's not like even a gondola.
Yeah. So, guys, don't feel bad, right? You're not the only one being harmed by inflation here. It's worse in Italy. What is that, a 40% rise in peeing? So, anyways, then we have this. So this is the people on Twitter. Rob reposted this.
And this dog from Italy too, just in case.
No, this is not Italy. This is, I believe, standard United States of America. So here we have gate closed, people on Twitter. Gate open, people in real life. And so we know call them the keyboard warriors. And just a sneak peek of, it was an analogy.
People on Twitter, like,
Hey, nice to
they
meet you
meet in
guys.
real life. They're like, oh, yeah, what's up, man? What's up?
Nah, man, nah. Oh, God. How does that even happen, bro? That's funny. Oh, man. Okay.
It's like two people at the bar, you know, they're at either end and they're just like, I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna get you, bro. And then the people in the middle, they scurry and then they're just like, oh.
Man, what's your favorite football team?
Yeah, man, we cool? We good?
Are we cool? From a Tropic Thunder. And we had this. We tweeted this. By the way, if you're not following us on Twitter, do yourselves a favor. Follow us on Twitter. So this leads me to a video, and I'll share the video here in a second. But hey, $20 for a gym membership. Goes twice a month. Pays $25 for HBO. Watches it twice a month or once a month. Paying $8 on Twitter. Hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Bro, the outrage of these celebrities is kind of funny. So someone actually created a Save a Celebrity campaign, and we'd like to share that with you, just in case you would like to save a celebrity.
Copyright, bro. Thank you.
Damn it, then it's not the same without the song. All right. Anyways, go check it out.
You think you're going to play Melissa McLaughlin song, whatever her name is?
Melissa McLaughlin. Anyways, we retweeted this. Go check it out. It was pretty funny. Now on to some more serious news. So KuCoin's Twitter was hacked yesterday. So hopefully none of you clicked on any of those stupid links or scanned the QR code. And I wanted to share this for a couple of reasons. One, to share this tweet. KuCoin said they're going to reimburse everyone who fell for the Twitter hack. I believe they said $22,000 was taken from people's accounts, which honestly is not that much. And so I think good job on KuCoin for reimbursing those people. But if something seems too good to be true, always reference something else or check it out or wait. If something is that good that you have to act on it right away, it's probably fake. So if for some reason our Twitter account one time gets hacked and says, oh, we're doing a giveaway, just wait. A few of you have our personal numbers. You can reach out to us. You can also leave a comment on our YouTube page. You can also find us on the other social media platforms. And so don't fall for stupid hacks like this, like what happened with KuCoin. Always have your antennas up, do your due diligence, and don't fall for stupid stuff. And we have this. So we know that the SEC is trying to get Dogecoin here in a securities lawsuit. Well, South Korea court rules that Terra Luna is not a security. Actually, a payment, I believe, a form of payment.
I mean, I would agree. I mean, think about, okay, with Terra Luna's collapse, essentially it was pegged to the USD. Yeah.
Do you think
it was an algorithm that failed, but it wasn't an investment contract. If anything, it was a currency, right?
Well, we know the U.S. and South Korea, they share a lot of military things. And are they going to share any government legislative advice? You think the
America could care less what another country is deeming a security? I mean, honestly, they don't factor that in the slightest.
Magic Internet Money said it's not a security; it's a form of pain.
It's true. That is true.
Man,
no, even though it was a failed idea, even though they might have tried to patch it up and it was probably destined to fail and they injected capital and took money, it's still, at its core, it wasn't a security. It had utility and it did have arbitrage that worked when it did work until it didn't work. But I mean, not a security in my opinion. You know, it brings me up to my yesterday I did my show, right? Mm-hmm. And so an article I looked at, and it was kind of interesting discussion. It was Dogecoin is clearly a commodity, more so than Ethereum, more so than most of the other tokens out there. And so I can confidently say, after thinking about it, and I was kind of having this epiphany moment, and I realized that after Bitcoin, the second most decentralized token out there is probably Dogecoin. And you could even make an argument, and this is bonkers. You can make an argument that Dogecoin is more decentralized than Bitcoin. Are you gonna push back on this one?
I'm gonna let you finish.
Okay. Now hear me out. As crazy as that sounds, Bitcoin is controlled by the miners, right? Dogecoin, the miners are Litecoin. They're not even the same miners. And so there's no foundation. There's no founder there anymore. Now, price manipulation, there are a lot more whales that control the tokens. But they can't make proposals because they're not the miners. And so Elon Musk tried to, he came out on Twitter and said, hey, we're going to change Dogecoin or whatever. We found out really quickly, or he did, that you can't change Dogecoin. And so it's about as decentralized as it gets. And even the miners can't even change it, hypothetically, because they mine Litecoin.
I haven't looked into.
I don't know exactly
how the Doge mining works.
I don't know. But I know it's co-mined with Litecoin. And so without mining Litecoin, you cannot mine Dogecoin. It can't be mined on its own. It has to be a byproduct, or it has to be mined with Litecoin. And so with that said, now the argument, but behind which one's more decentralized, Bitcoin or Dogecoin, that's kind of like me just being funny, right? I don't really, I really don't care, honestly. But it's just an interesting talking point. But I adamantly believe that if we were to sit here and list what is a security, what is a commodity, Dogecoin is at the top of the list. It's Bitcoin and Dogecoin for me. It's been around. Nobody controls it. You can't change the protocol. Yet even the miners can't.
Guess what, Robin?
What's up?
We can get no pushback from me.
Damn, what? And it's a meme coin?
Actually, my script I just finished last night is on meme coins. And the importance of meme coins for our industry.
No pushback from Dave.
I know.
What happened in Atlanta?
Look,
it's kind of an interesting thought, though, right?
As much as I'd like to push back on Robin and yell at him, I mean, facts are facts, right?
Now, I can't say the same about Shib. Shib's in a different boat, but Dogecoin, yeah.
For me, I haven't dove deep enough into how that exactly works with the mining. You're saying that part of it, they mine through Litecoin. I haven't done any in-depth research in that. I don't know how, if and or how they can change the protocol or make improvements. That I don't know. So I don't have a comment, but off of face value and what we see with Doge, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how they. I don't know how the update or how the miners. The only thing I'm going off of is there was a couple articles or a couple discussion pieces around the fact that Elon Musk had tweeted about changing Dogecoin's protocol, and it was kind of a funny haha moment where they're like, you can't change Dogecoin. It is what it is. So it doesn't matter how much money you have. Doesn't matter if you're Elon Musk. So Rob, we know, let me ask you this question. I'm a little more intriguing, right? So in the European MiCA bill, okay, they have three separate segments of that bill of how cryptos are going to be regulated. One of them is payment coins. They're their own thing. If you had to label something, if you had to put the label of a payment coin or a commodity and or security, would you say Doge falls more into the payment coin little box? Or I don't know why I did that way.
Yeah, what is going on over there? You like going
I'm excited to be
going to Hawaii or something? All right, we'll send you back to Atlanta. All right, now
remember the question or no?
So should it be classified as a payment coin? Well, under what classification? You're saying so you're making up classification boxes in the
Doge's
States.
Utility, Robin?
Okay, here's the thing. So first of all, you got two hypotheticals here. One would be if crypto was to be organized into categories here in the States, is the categories going to be, payments and whatever else? So I don't know, man. I don't know where you're getting at with this.
I don't either. Let's go into the markets, Robin.
Okay, beautiful. Ask you a question. I don't know what you're asking me, and then it's like, move on. All right. So real quick before we jump into the markets, I do want to give a little shout out to some of the new people here. If you are new, say hello so we can drop an whole lot back at you. We have. Let's see here. We got B Team Crypto, Justin Burdick, also Timo, Mark, This Verbut, New Crypto, Digital Woody, K, and KRP DeFi. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, we are at 50 likes with over 130 people. That means we got like a 39% like ratio. We are not going to this show will not move forward.
Will not
until we get at least another 20 likes. So letting y'all know. We'll give you guys the producer chair. So this is the first time that the show is produced by the chat. So if you'd like this show to go on,
did you just fire Rocco?
No, he's just on a sabbatical right now. He's on leave until we get 20 viewers to hit the like button.
While we wait, let's answer our super chat question. We had a super chat from Biomex said, "What's your go-to snackage?"
Snacks.
I like beef. Well, it depends. If it's like I need protein, I haven't eaten, I'm going for the beef jerky. If it's I need some sweet, well, anything will do.
Anything. He's like, what do we got? Not much here. Okay,
said
raw sugar packets.
You say hi to my Splenda. Did you say hello to Mark, by the way? Mark said he's...
I did say hi to Mark. He was on the
I want
list.
to make sure Mark gets some love around here, right?
Yeah.
Mark, we love you. What's your snackage, Robin?
What's that?
What do you snack on?
Barbecue
What's your
candy.
snack?
I like just natural snacks like cashews, maybe a little prosciutto or some salami.
Praline pecans.
Prosciutto watermelon.
That sounds really
the
good,
praline pecans. I mean, those are nuts just covered in nothing but sugar. So that's an indulging snack there. So that's right.
All right, continue. Can we move forward now? We are at 66.
Yeah, we're still not there. So we're good. 3 likes away, and then we'll get the show started.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll play around over here. That's right. Yeah. All right. So I think we're at 70 now. All right, cool. Thank you so much for hitting that like button, guys. All right, so Bitcoin coming in at $27,377.53. This is down a little bit from where we were at yesterday. And let's take a look at the 7-day. So if you look at the 7-day, you have 2 days ago, we were right where we were at. So this is when we came into the $27,000 range. I'm just curious. I was looking, I don't know if you have charts or not, David, but just some of my kind of, so I was just kind of looking at these charts. We didn't spend much time, if any at all, between 30 and 20. And so going into the lows that we had at 16,000, when we lost the 30K support, we went right down to 19 and 20. And then even on the way up, we went from 20, 21 up to 27 and 30. So we haven't spent, and then this goes back historically, even to when we came into the 2020 bull run. So you can see Bitcoin in November of 2020 went from 19,000 straight up to 38, and then it settled in at 32,000. And so historically speaking, we just spent no time at 25,000. It's been 20 to 27 or 20 to 30. And I'm a little concerned if we lose this $27,000 range here. I think we're going to go all the way down to 21. I just don't. I know 25,000 is a nice psychological number. A lot of people are saying, "Hey, we'll probably trade down there," but I think we're due for a pullback anyways, because we've been rallying since. If you look at the start of the year, we haven't really had any significant pullbacks. We had this one here in February. We went from 23 and we dropped down to 20. But even that wasn't really too significant. So, just taking chart and history and expectations to go 4 months without any realistic pullback, it might be time for us to pull back down to 20,000 and then consolidate there before the next run up. And if we lose 27, that's what I think is going to happen, in my personal opinion. And now, taking a look at the rest of the market altcoins. Now, we have a lot of tokens are kind of waiting to see what Bitcoin does. There's not too much movement. You do have Floki up 60%. That's interesting. The meme coins are just something else as of lately, which is an interesting narrative. Render token up 5%. Stacks up 4%. Other than that, it's pretty flat. Woo! Now, PancakeSwap is down 14%.
Damn.
Injective 7. Did something happen to PancakeSwap? I wonder why they're down so much.
They were going to a V3.
That's just they had a big fall from grace. Look at that. 83. They got not even a half a billion. They're basically at a $500 million market cap. They were and I know that a lot of projects are far off of their all-time high, but there was so much promise behind PancakeSwap, and they They definitely have taken some punches. They were as high as $40 at the peak, but you can say it traded somewhere between $15 and $25 for quite some time. And now it's at $2. So almost out of the top 100. Quite not surprising there.
Back, let me ask you a question. So Arbitrum was on that list of biggest losers, right?
Okay.
And so there was a back and forth on Twitter. One guy posted and said, okay, so Arbitrum does a lot of the ETH volume as far as layer 2. Does that mean it should be a quarter of ETH's market cap? It should be half of ETH's market cap? I want to know what your answer would be, and then I'll share what I said.
Quarter or half? I don't think it should be any of that.
Why?
It's a governance token. It should strictly be, it should be held by developers, people that are building, some community members, sure, some of the founding team members. Here's the thing, like, if you had a vote on Arbitrum, would you have any idea what to vote for?
What?
You know, I'm just saying, like, say you had enough tokens to vote on Arbitrum's next proposal. Would you feel confident in voting for the good of the chain? No, right? So who should be voting? Should be the developers, right? And so even at its core, somebody that's into crypto that has their own crypto show doesn't even know what the hell they would vote for if they had the token. So if you're not even as mentally vested as we are in crypto, and you're less so, if you are participating in learning about all the ecosystems and the Ethereum network and the layer 2s, the thing is we don't know. I'm sure 99.9% of people that are holding Arbitrum tokens that are not devs have no idea what the proposals are they're going to vote for. If anything, it'll probably be somebody on YouTube or some miner or some pool or some DAO saying, guys, we need to vote for this. And then at that point, you'll just follow the masses. But realistically, there's nothing you're going to do with the token. It's only price speculation. And at this point, it's equivalent to a meme, right?
This is the tweet I'm referencing. If ARB is doing 50% of ETH mainnet, should it be worth 50% of the market cap or 25 not? No, I said no, because ETH is still used for gas. It's only used for gas. He said, okay, so 25%. I said, the only thing the token does is governance. And well, we know what happened there. Doesn't mean I'm not bullish on ARB, just not an investable token for me. So,
yeah. And the thing is Ethereum is the power, right? It's the energy. So
Kay said, at a $5 super chat, said, what are your plans with your portfolios and the possibility of a war breaking out? Talking about our crypto portfolios or just everything in general? Stock, crypto, precious metals. For me, I'm extremely comfortable holding my money in Bitcoin through anything, war, inflation, whatever the case may be. So kind of my short end answer there. I don't know if you want to answer that, Rob, before we move on, but.
I know we kind of have opposing viewpoints on what war will do for the economy, but I think that'll just be the end of I think that'll be our end of our dominance as a dollar if we went to war.
So you move your money into?
Oh yeah, I'm all in on crypto. I got no savings account. I have a checking account that I barely keep above zero. I only put as much money as I need for bills, just because I run this operation here with the help of these two gentlemen here, and we take on more than we could chew. And with that said, I don't have time to sit here and figure out how the hell I'm gonna pay my mortgage in crypto. I'm gonna pay it in US dollars because I have more time better spent elsewhere putting together content. So with that said, I still carry fiat, but if it was as easy as using the banking system right now, I would 100% unplug from fiat. Unfortunately, I cannot, just because of my time constraints. But I know there's some weirdos out there, and God bless you, that are completely unplugged and trying to use only crypto. They're getting paid in crypto. They're cool. Hats off to you. But
why are they weirdos?
You gotta be a little strange to completely unplug at this moment, just because it makes it difficult. But I praise that person. I think it's noble, and I think they're ahead of the game. I just don't have the time to go through all the loops to figure out who's taking crypto and what card can I get to put crypto on there and move stuff. Like, you know what? Right now, investing, DCAing, I'm trading, speculating, doing all that, NFTing, but not right now, but I will be in.
Are you memeing?
And I'm memeing as well. Yes, right.
Speaking of, no idea how that went, but take a look at what we have to look forward to in the macro market this week. So this is something we like to do on every Monday, just kind of give you an idea of what to look forward. Is there going to be volatility? So this is the economic calendar brought to you by Trading View. We have the U.S. durable goods orders month over month. That comes out in 2 days. And then you have on the 28th, so in 4 days, you have the GDP growth rate year over year in Europe. You also have core PCE price index, personal income, and personal spending. Those numbers are coming out on the 28th. Will we see volatility in the stock market? Probably, depending on how it comes out. But you can see here, forecast for the personal spending is expected to go down 0.1%. So we know people's savings are being depleted. Obviously, spending in dollar terms are going to show higher because of course, inflation. But kind of give us an idea. The U.S. Feds come out and said, we are expecting a mild recession, which we know that means we're going to crash land into the lake with no survivors. And all jokes aside, just keep your eye on the markets. If it does bleed into crypto, expect some volatility. But we know that we don't really care about that short term. We are in it for the long haul. And then coin market calendar, just a couple things to look at. We have the Litecoin halving coming up in about 100 days. So that'll be exciting. I'm going to actually do top 300 coins. And let's take a look here.
And then while he's looking at that, I'd like to get the Ola bandwagon going. Because the chat is awfully quiet. So if you're enjoying the show, if you're happy we're back, if you want to just beat the Sin City drum, drop an Ola in the chat and see if we can get a couple. Let's see if we can get 100 Olas in here. I'll lead the charge. First Ola in the chat. There you go. So
if you haven't liked the video, like the video.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So back to the coin market calendar. We have a few things to look out for. You have Zilliqa. They're doing their EVM is coming to Zilliqa mainnet. This is happening on the 25th, which is tomorrow. A few more things. If you're in the Casper community, they are doing a community call tomorrow. Join to hear about the latest upgrades that are happening at Consensus 2023. And then you have Flow is having an upgrade, unlocking faster and more efficient data exchanges, making the network more resilient and light clients. Kadena is having a meetup if you are in Austin, Texas for Consensus. And Caspa is getting a BitGet license. Caspa is something I've been meaning to look into more. One project, me personally, that I it's been out for a while, but haven't really taken a serious look is XRD, is Radix. Layer 1 DeFi, that's very intriguing to me. And so that's something I'll be looking forward to. Maybe we'll do a deep dive on that one. But as far as that's all I got for what to look out for in the markets. Robin, you have anything else on the market before we move on?
No, we good.
Wow. All right, let's move on.
A lot of Olas. I'm liking it.
There is or not?
There is a lot. Good Ola turnout.
Okay. Good Ola guy. All right. Talk about Ripple. By the way, if you're an XRP fan and you're a member of this channel, throw your X in the chat. If you're not, you want to become a member and support the channel, there's a link in the description. If you don't want to support us, fine. At least put a regular X. Ripple's head of policy urges the U.S. to learn from the EU and the UK. What do they have to say? Amid the absence of clear cryptocurrency regulations in the U.S., Ripple's head of public policy, Susan Friedman, urges the nation to draw inspiration from the EU and UK's regulatory approaches. She warned that the absence of such regulations drives activity offshore, ultimately hindering the monitoring of illicit and criminal activities. You can go see her tweets on Twitter if you'd like to. Friedman praised the EU's progressive approach to cryptocurrency regulation on April 20th, highlighting the contrast with the US's emphasis on enforcement over clarity. She questioned the SEC's resource allocation, this is interesting, as more than 50% of its staff is devoted to examinations and enforcements. She argued that this focus on enforcement is detrimental to markets and capital formation in the U.S., urging Congress to scrutinize the SEC's budget request. The SEC has been asking for more money. I know we've talked about this ad nauseum since last Tuesday, but do you think, we know countries like India and Europe, they're pushing for a global kind of regulatory landscape for crypto. A, do you think that's even possible? B, do you think, like, is the US going to be the very last country to adopt some sort of crypto regulation?
No, not the last. It'll be the last of the major countries, though.
It'll be the second to last?
No, I think there's going to be a handful of small countries that are not interested in adopting crypto for whatever reason. But out of the major countries, let's just say France, UK.
Well, France is part of the MiCA.
I mean, is that, do you consider that?
France is part of the EU.
No, I know that, but I'm saying you consider the MiCA bill the last piece of regulation? I think it's a start. I think it's brought some clarity. We don't even have that
in the U.S. We don't even have a start.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I think that eventually we'll get some clarity with that. I'd say eventually within the next 2 years, we'll get some clarity in the crypto space here in the States. But as far as favorable regulation that basically removes the roadblocks and lets crypto flourish here in the States, we are going to be at the tail end of developed countries when it comes to embracing crypto and using it to its full potential and fostering the innovation that's going to help replace the old infrastructure. Now, what we're seeing in Europe now, they're using, or they're excited about, they're testing, and it seems as though we're going to be integrating private blockchains, and it's not going to be, hey, we're just going to do CBDCs. And what they're doing is they're clarifying what this is. So that's a start, right? Because here in the States, you got Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, testifying. Everybody's picking sides. Nobody knows what a security is. Nobody knows what a commodity is as far as the regulators. And what we have here is you have institutions, you have big money, you have the banks, you have publicly traded companies that would like to take a position in crypto, or they'd like to build out the ecosystem, or they'd like to partner with a blockchain to make things run more efficiently, and they can't out of being scared or the fear of being sued.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Robin, what a great segue. You're going to find this very interesting. Here are some real-world examples of European institutions that are currently using public blockchains. It's from Blockworks. It's pretty cool stuff here. I want to share with you guys. So there's a few. So for a while now, European institutions have been showing signs of significant participation in blockchain, demonstrating its range and impact on traditional finance. Here are some examples. Société Générale. This is France's third biggest bank. They have deployed the Ethereum contract for a Euro-pegged stablecoin. We have European Investment Bank. They launched their first sterling-denominated digital bond on Ethereum earlier this year. You have Deutsche Börse. Launched a digital securities platform named D7. You have Siemens issued a $65 million one-year bond on Polygon. ABN AMRO, which is a Dutch bank, they used the Stellar blockchain to issue a close to $500,000 bond on behalf of an aircraft parts company. You have giant UBS. They issued a $370 million bond on the SIX digital exchange blockchain platform geared towards regulated tokenized offerings. BNP Paribas, which is the bank in France, tokenized a bond to fund a solar energy project under French utility giant. Banco Santander issued itself a $20 million bond, which it said was the first end-to-end blockchain on the Ethereum mainnet. JP Morgan executed trials for foreign transactions in November using Aave and Uniswap. Now, what is the one overarching similarity you see between all of these?
Ethereum?
Ethereum.
There it is. Yeah.
Why do you think that is? You think it's because they're able to just stake 32 ETH and have a say?
No, staking has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
It's the fact that it offers smart contracts, and when it comes to payments, smart contracts are the future, right? And so I can say, hey, I can send you this money. Let's also put a provision in there that when I send you this money, you unlock an asset, right? And so, hey, I want this car, right? You're like, okay, I'll send you, I'll send you the title to the car when you pay for it. And let's just say hypothetically you did it with Bitcoin, you would have to sit there and settle and be like, did you receive it? And like, yes. And then, okay, make sure, whatever. You do it with a smart contract. The second it's received and the block is verified, boom, the card title moves along with the blockchain. So it just makes e-commerce more efficient. Now, Bitcoin, great store of value. Now, I know you might be thinking, well, why didn't we discuss XRP? XRP is a great business-to-business transfer of value. It is not really optimized for smart contracts. They do have smart contracts, but not really what it's designed for, or at least originally. And for its banking and the Ripple net, it's really just to foster the movement of value, particularly currencies, from one bank to another or one institution to another. And so when you talk about Ethereum, I think just more versatile, put it that way. But you know, that long list you had, I feel like the US also has a list just like that, except for instead of saying the partnered, it's no longer is allowed here. So,
Right.
you know, if you had a list, you could say, you know, BlockFi sued, now bankrupt. You have Silvergate went under because they were associated with crypto. Signature Bank simply closed because they had crypto on their
Clients.
clients. Then you could have the list of securities that have been, you know, all the actions by the SEC with their lawsuits with Library, Tornado Cash. You can also throw in Coinbase looking to move abroad. You have Bittrex kicked out of the States, also sued. You have KuCoin going through their issues. Gemini sued their issues. They're looking to offer derivatives overseas as well. The list goes on. And so as we see foreign nations adopting, embracing, and building crypto and integrating it into their institutional clients, into their central bank, we are actually doing the opposite. And we're saying, hey guys, we don't want it here. And when you asked me earlier, like who's going to be, is US going to be last? The reason is that the financial system now in the US, they're terrified of crypto because right now we are,
Robin?
the dollar is the world reserve currency, and it's the way that transactions and value move through our currency and our systems that we built. And so instead of embracing crypto and trying to get ahead of that, we're saying, look, crypto is gonna replace a lot of fiat institutions, a lot of trading, a lot of value. It's gonna be replaced by crypto. And so instead of trying to get ahead of the game, they're trying to stop it. And it's almost like New York Times, it's like these news publications, instead of them saying, hey, maybe we should launch our own internet-based news website, maybe we should offer a digital newspaper, they're saying, no. The internet's not allowed in our area. Our subscribers, they have to get paper newspaper. Like,
You know, Robin, it's almost as if today you actually looked at the show rundown and what we're talking about. Because what an amazing...
I actually didn't, so like I normally
What
do.
a great segue. You mentioned they're scared, right? And I'm just going to go right into it. IMF is going to bail out Argentina only if the country adopts an anti-crypto stance. Now, before I go into the depths of this article, I want to make note that the IMF's number one funder is the United States of America, then followed by China. I also would like to note the IMF headquarters are also located in the United States of America. Now, we saw what IMF went after El Salvador when they adopted the Bitcoin standard and making Bitcoin legal tender. They shunned them. They said it's going to fail. And guess what? El Salvador paid an $800 million debt back, full, free, and clear prior to the due date. I know it was only a few days, but that's like a shove in the face of the IMF, to which the IMF came out and said, well, you know, didn't it go as bad as we thought it would? Well, now they're essentially holding countries hostage. You have people in Argentina that are starving. You have money flowing on the streets like it's literally worth nothing, because it is worth literally nothing. And their thing is, we'll bail you out. We'll make sure your people are okay. And people have food to eat and people aren't starving and people can go to work and pay for gas. But there's just this one little thing: you have to be anti-crypto. If that doesn't tell you they're scared, I don't know what will. If this doesn't tell you you are in the right place at the right time, I don't know what will. So, in this article from AMB Crypto, Argentina is scheduled to receive a $45 billion bailout from the International Monetary Fund, but the assistance comes with a catch that the country must adopt an anti-crypto position. The bailout is intended to aid in the stabilization of Argentina's faltering economy, which has been plagued by high inflation, budget deficits, and mounting debt. The national government is expected to take steps to limit the use of crypto and associated activities within the country as part of the agreement. This decision is presumably motivated by concerns that the growing popularity of crypto may undermine the efficiency of the IMF's bailout. I talked about this on my video I did last night, right? Arthur Hayes came out and said, we're going to get eviscerated, our savings, because the U.S. has to pay their debt back. And you got to think of it this way. The U.S. is scared shitless right now. You got countries adopting, and I'll just go ahead and share this. 19 new countries submit memberships to rejoin BRICS. BRICS nations like India and China and Russia, they have been stockpiling gold. You hear country after country saying we need to rely less on the dollar, even allies like France saying we need to depend less on the US dollar. So what's happening is people are moving away from the dollar. De-dollarization is happening. So as the US has to continue to print more money to pay off debt, all that money, I'm not saying a majority of it or a certain percentage of it, but usually a lot of that money would go overseas. And so we wouldn't see that type of hyperinflation here in the US. But if those countries are not doing that anymore, they're not holding it on their central bank reserves, they're not using it to settle trade, they're not using it to essentially hodl, seeing as it being a risk-off asset, and that money starts flowing back into the US, and then you have people exiting the fiat system to go to crypto. I mean,
Dude,
you can understand why they're scared.
Here's the thing that I think we're forgetting to talk about. It's the elephant in the room here. You know what it is? No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the elephant in the room. This story here that I think just answers all of it is Tucker Carlson leaves Fox News. He's gone. So that's crazy,
Does that
right?
relate to anything we're talking about?
It's privy and extremely important. I just had to throw it out there. Crazy, huh?
You know,
I don't know what's going on in Argentina right now,
how much
but it's got something to do with this man leaving.
Do you understand how much thought goes into making sure the flow of the show is good? And you just keep having to interject with dumb shit like this. What does this have anything to do with what we're talking about?
Here he comes.
I feel like I'm yelling at my kid right now.
He's gonna connect.
Naughty.
Also,
Go to your room.
We have
Go ahead, Robin.
so we have some new people here on the with us today. If
was
you're
a
new,
great
say
segue.
hello so we can jump an hola back at you. We have Aaron Tennant Kink FU, who also said YOLA with a Y in there. Future X Tips, Ray G, Amp Knight, Augali. We got Andre Brown, Lay Low, James Cameroon. We got Rimadale, Lovey, and Gib, Secris, 1Z, Dynamite, Chris Crypto, and Dexter Big Bags. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City. Anyways, Argentina, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. The thing is what I don't understand is it's like the U.S. is a drug dealer, right? It's got the countries all addicted. They can't get off of the dollar because there ain't no substitute, right? And so you either hemorrhage and you go through withdrawals and life sucks and you get off the dollar until you find a replacement. Or, they're just like, here, we'll give you some more dollars, but you gotta make sure you don't mess with the rehab, don't mess with the crypto, right? Yeah, because crypto would fix a lot. They don't want that happening. So, anyways, how we doing?
I'm trying to find a.
Great segue.
No, the segues are done. This is show my laptop. This is kind of what you're talking about. Y'all got any more of them dollars there?
Y'all got some dollars?
Any more dollars?
That's Argentina. Like, let me get some more dollars. Be like, all right, man.
I got some Pepe.
We need you to quit your job, man, if you want these dollars.
Honestly, though, like I said, guys, when they go out of their way to push an anti-crypto agenda, I'll leave it at that. All right, let's move on to some Bybit news. So this might be bad if you, well, not only if you live in the U.S., because, but anywhere in the world, Bybit moves to impose mandatory KYC rules for all of their services to source from the block. Crypto exchange Bybit will require Know Your Customer checks on all its services starting next month. Starting from May 8th to be exact, identity verification of at least level 1 will be mandatory for all Bybit products and services. Company said in an announcement, existing users who have not completed this verification as of May 8th will only be allowed to close existing open positions, return loans, or withdraw money. Now, what are your thoughts here, my friend?
Well, we are connected to a lot of people in our industry. We go to a lot of conventions. And so we knew this was coming, right? We knew that the Bybit was getting kicked out of the US, and that even though they have a lot of US based customers that are using
Bybit was never in the US. You had to use a VPN.
That's what I said. Even though they had a lot of US customers using VPNs, it was kind of the way you circumvented it. And the US government is cracking down on it. They're trying to hold Bybit accountable. We saw the same thing when the US was investigating Binance. Remember, they were saying that, hey, Binance is incentivizing customers to use VPNs. They knowingly are facilitating services to US-based users through VPNs. And, Bybit saw the writing on the wall. And so no surprise there. And until we get some kind of clarity here in the US, I don't want to just keep saying the same damn thing over and over again. But unfortunately, Robin, this is a situation that we're in. And the US is...
We have gotten clarity, Robin.
Do we?
Yeah.
What do we got? Nice bald head.
Probably 3/4 of market value, probably 3/4 of this space has already been determined by the Securities and Exchange Commission not to be a security. Bitcoin's 54%.
Hold on.
Ether's about...
Rewind that. What did he say?
Been determined by the Securities and Exchange Commission not to be a security. Bitcoin's 54% of this space has already been determined.
3/4 of the space.
Did he just say 3/4 of this space?
3/4 of this space. 3/4 of this space has already been determined by the Securities and Exchange Commission not to be a security.
I hate him. You've been in Congress this whole damn time talking about everything is a security. Everything.
It does kind of look AI. Is this AI actually?
No, that's not AI. That's him.
Is that a deep
MIT, man.
Is this a deep fake?
What is it? No.
No, this is him. His lectures. He taught multiple classes in blockchain technology at MIT. This was from one of his lectures. He has been repeatedly recorded saying that majority of cryptos are commodities. And yet the man has flopped more than a fish out of water, man. Look like a fish too.
He does look like a fish.
There is the video. He talks about algo too. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah, we're not going to share that today. But
yeah,
and it just, and I don't know how we got here, man. Well, actually, I do know. He's been corrupted by politics. The banks have been hanging out with him. You go to enough steak dinners and you get, handed cash under the table, and you got free to order as much steak and dessert as you want and nice bottles of wine. You know what? All of a sudden your viewpoint changes. You're like, Mr. Bank of America, Mr. JP Morgan, you say cryptos are securities? Okay. Can you persuade me?
Gary, we need a favor. Shut it down.
I mean, what else would happen, right? The man taught multiple classes on blockchain. He's been on record over and over again discussing the potential of crypto, discussing the potential of Algorand, which he now deemed a security, discussing the fact that Ethereum is a commodity, has been labeled a commodity, and now all of a sudden he can't even answer the most basic of questions, and he just clearly labels everything as security, and it's him versus us. That's right. That's the enemy right there, bro. That is the enemy, right? And in every superhero movie where the enemy's usually like, he ain't bad to start, right? Most of the time it's like somebody that's like, you know, been bullied, and then he just snaps and then turns in, you know, or falls into some like radioactive fluid
Turns
and
into a fried potato.
Yeah.
Cake.
Anyways, it's always the villain always starts off like misunderstood, and then they transform into the villain, you know. And this man right here, man,
he's looked like a villain all along.
He didn't. He transformed.
No, but the guy, I mean, he looks like him. He just spoke like a hero. Spoke like the hero. Gensler worked at Goldman Sachs. Yeah, well, he was co-head of
Today,
finance.
we haven't been here in a week. Today, we will open up the club and we get to 250 people up in here, man. We got 38 people away. Let's go.
How many what? Say what?
38 people away.
From?
Opening the club.
At?
250 people.
Darn.
That's right. When we get to
We should raise that
250.
number to 300, bruh.
No.
Okay. Now, let's get into some altcoin news. And we have a video from our man, Forrest. Forrest, he talked about this in person with us. He gave us a little alpha. Said Matlabs are going to blow up. It is a new NFT project on Solana. And so I asked Forrest to do a video on it for us. Talk about Matlabs, how that went, how he found it. Also, what that means for the Solana ecosystem. So let's go ahead and watch.
So I want to talk a little bit about Matlabs. This is an NFT project that minted on Solana last Friday. And at one point over the weekend, the 24-hour volume that Matlabs had done on Solana, keep in mind, was more than the combined NFT trade volume of like the next 6 or 7 projects in a row. As of right now, in the last 24 hours, it is still the #1 project by trade volume over Bored Ape Yacht Club, over Oogie, Mutant Apes, and Azukis, and Captain. So what is it about Matlabs that is so exciting? Well, first of all, we did cover this in the Sistine Research Hub. We put out a research report a week before the mint, and we put out a play guides and tips, or a guide and tips on how to actually mint the project and give yourself the best chance. So I was personally able to mint 2 of these. The mint price was 6.9 Solana. They're currently sitting at a floor price of 70 Solana. So that's about a 10x, roughly $150 to $1,500. But I was actually very bullish on these even post mint. If we look at the chart price, right after the mint, they were trading at around 35 to 40 Solana. And I actually bought another 21 or so of them at around this price range because I felt like they were going to continue to run. And the reason I felt like they were going to continue to run is because of what they're building is very, very exciting. So I'll actually kind of show you in this wallet, which they have built. It's called the Backpack Wallet. It's like MetaMask or Phantom, but it's better. It's just, there's no other way to put it. It's cleaner, it's faster, it's nicer. It is a multi-chain wallet, so you can add Solana, Ethereum. They're going to be adding additional blockchains to it. It's just a better wallet experience overall. They also have a chat function in here, so you can join chats based on what NFTs you have. So token-gated chats built into the actual wallet. You can also pop out this window. So it's super annoying when you go into MetaMask and you have to click back onto the screen somewhere, right? And it closes your MetaMask. You can pop this out into a separate window. More than all of this, it's not just another wallet, right? It is what they're building is a completely new framework for decentralized applications on Solana and potentially on other blockchains later on. And it's called XNFTs. So you can see that these are actually executable NFTs, meaning they have code attached to them. And I'm not a developer, so I'll probably butcher this explanation, but this is huge for web browser gaming as well as mobile gaming. They're also building this out on mobile, but executable NFTs. And by the way, before I go any further, the developers behind this are they're the best developers on Solana. Armani, the founder of the project, wrote the Anchor framework on Solana, which is the framework, the programming framework for which 90% of smart contracts on Solana are actually written. So words can't begin to describe how pleasant the minting experience was and how cool it was. So if I go to OpenXNFT, right, it's actually going to run some code. And there was at one point after the mint, you had to go in and play this little game to reveal your NFT. So you know how a lot of NFTs, they don't reveal the art right away. In order to reveal, you played a little mini game within your little browser wallet, which is very, very cool. They also have an app store, and this app store is going to be on the Solana mobile phone and the Solana Saga phone. So this is also going into mobile. This is kind of like the iOS for NFTs, Web3 iOS. If we go to xnft.gg, and one of the great things about the wallet, the Backpack wallet, is that you can have those apps just like you have an app on your phone. And when you go to on your iPhone or your Android and you open up an app, you're not worried about it being a scam link to some site that's going to drain your wallet or drain your funds. It's because that's an app that's been approved by the Apple App Store. So similar to this, these apps have to be approved in their Web3 games, right? And you can already see they've got tons and tons of apps already in this XNFT App Store. You can download them into your wallet and you can play games. And this is going to be huge for gaming on mobile. It's going to be huge for gaming within the browser wallet as well. So super, super exciting stuff. If you want to learn more about it, you can go to their Twitter, their Discord. I believe it's madlads.com is their website. So definitely go check it out. Very, very exciting stuff. And that's why Madlads, the attached NFT project to Backpack, which is kind of just like the community aspect and the NFT project that'll potentially be having benefits and utility within the XNFT framework and the Backpack wallet. That's why it's doing so well. People are very excited for this. All right. That's it. Catch you next time. Peace.
Man, I love that approved, developer approved dApps, right? I think that really simplifies stuff.
I mean, we
right?
all laugh at the Solana phone, right? We say it's going to go down and this, and we already committed to buying one, so we're going to buy one.
So here's a quick story. I used to use Windows-based laptops, right? Growing up, it's all I ever had. And if any of us remember, what was it like buying a new computer in 2004, 2005? A laptop, a desktop, it doesn't matter. What ended up happening was you bought it, and then maybe 1-2 years later, you had malware, and then you had a virus, and then you had to buy a new computer, right? And my dad has this graveyard of laptops in at his house. It's like every 2 years he buys a new laptop. And I always ask him, well, you keep buying new laptops? And he just, well, this one got a virus. This one stopped working, whatever it is. And I realized at some point that I got tired of buying new laptops, and I would just rather pay a little bit more and get an Apple one. And the idea or the premise was that they weren't going to have any viruses or malware. You know, computers both work the same way, and the Microsoft one has a hard drive and a RAM and a computer chip, and so does a MacBook. The fundamental difference, the reason that one doesn't break and have malware and viruses, was for the simple fact that you can only have used approved apps that were on the MacBook. And so in the early days when viruses were running rampant and malware was running rampant, and it would just take over your computers and you could do very little to avoid those, there was a solution. And the solution was to use a provider that selected which apps you can use. And it is very similar to what we're seeing now. And there is no shortage of scams and rug pulls and crap projects and click this link. And if you have a developer that creates an ecosystem with apps that they approve that you know you're not going to get scammed off of, and hey man, I think that right there is such a good selling point. It is such a good selling point. Now, I don't know much about, I know we respect Forrest. He does solid work. So, you know, I don't think that's anything he's promoting, but I mean, that's something I'm interested in. I don't know about this particular project, but that idea, I'm behind that, man. I'm really behind that.
I think part of the reason, you know, when I asked him to do this video for us, I want people in our community to understand, A, you can still make money in the bear market. People that say NFTs are dead, NFTs are not dead. And the other thing is, this project had a lot of hype going in, and they decided to launch on Solana. So what does that say for Solana? What does that say for Ethereum? You know, we all joke and laugh at Solana, but they still keep chugging along. Yeah, they lost, you know, Utes and DeGods, that massive ecosystem, went to Ethereum and Polygon respectively. But stuff is still happening on Solana, and we laugh at the phone. But if there's going to be safeguards like this on their phone, maybe they're not the one. Maybe the Solana phone's not the one. But could we at least sit here and say that what they're doing could potentially push our space forward in integrating with our everyday lives on a more practical basis? I don't know if you want to speak to any of those points, Robin. Maybe speak to people obviously still have trust and faith in Solana. So what do you say?
Solana ain't going nowhere. And as long as they don't have a fundamental failure, and that's my biggest concern, is because we've seen failure after failure as far as internet connectivity or uptime. But here's the thing: would you be completely floored and blown away if all of a sudden Solana had some vulnerability that lost, you know, millions of dollars, basically like a nail in the coffin? I think it's possible. It's still a pretty new chain, and a reason I'm a big fan of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other projects that have been around for a while is exactly that. They've stood the test of time, and as these market caps grow and they've been around for a while, you as a hacker, you are incentivized by trying to take the thing down. And if the network doesn't go down, if you don't lose value and you spread that across time, then it's just proofs in the pudding, right?
Pudding.
You love pudding? It's the same thing. Like, hey man, if you buy and the good example would be like in the 60s, you buy a Ford, for example, and your truck breaks down in 3 years. And then you buy another one and it breaks down in 2 years. And then your neighbor buys one and it breaks down in 4 years. And then along comes Toyota and they're like, hey man, our cars ain't gonna break down. Our trucks ain't gonna break down. And then all of a sudden you start to see car sales leave the US and go abroad. And that's because people are gonna go to what's dependable and reliable. And if you break down and you don't work, people are gonna leave. And I think that's where Solana is. Now, just like the car industry here in the States, around the 80s and 90s, they fixed their game. You know, they worked on, you know, that's when the slogans came out: build Ford tough, nothing's like a Chevy, whatever it is. Anyways, their whole mentality was, hey, we're losing our base customers here because our product is not working long term. It's not reliable. And that's where Solana is right now. So I think they can save face. I think they can, if they address their downtime, they're going to have a resurgence, man. They're going to come back. And venture capital is behind them. They didn't completely exit. It is still a top project. It still has people building on it. And so watch out for the resurgence of Solana if they can just work flawlessly. Just put it that way. There you go.
Can just work.
There you go.
Some other NFT news. So this is a big win for the Bored Ape community company. Bored Ape Yacht Club copycats dealt legal blow by the U.S. court. The hugely popular NFT maker of Bored Ape, Yuga Labs, has recently won its case against copycat Ryder Rips. According to the court documents, Yuga Labs is said to have won on all accounts. Now, remember Ryder Rips, there was a documentary that came out on YouTube talking about, referring the artwork and the people behind it to, I think it was like Nazism or something like that. And they created their own version of Bored Apes called RR Bored Apes. And so this court battle's been going on for quite some time, and Bored Ape came out on top. I don't have much comment on it as I'm not a legal person, but I guess it's a net positive. And, if you're investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into an NFT project like Bored Apes, right? And so it would be nice as an investor to know that not anyone could just go and rip it off and take liquidity and money away from your ecosystem, because they just want to launch a project that looks exactly like yours. So besides that, I don't have any other comment on it. Unless you do, Robin, we'll move on.
Not really. You know what? I'm not a big Bored Ape fan, but this is good. Know. This is good. I think that straight ripping off somebody else's project without even trying to like mask it and look like something else, it should be punished, right? And if all of a sudden we look on YouTube and there's another channel called Sin City Crypto, and they're just not as handsome as us, but they do everything that we do. I want some accountability, man. I want to shut them down, baby.
Shut them down.
We do.
Send in Gary Gensler.
Do want to give a shout out to our boy Jimmy. He dropped 10 gifted memberships to the community. We absolutely love you there, Jimmy. And we also got some new people here.
Love someone, huh?
If you're new here, say hello so we can drop an hola at you. We have Oman13, also ex-Fedman Justin B, Brian Mavor, Anthony Johnston, Moonshine, Jack Destiny, Sly Raven, Remington P, and Bully Berry. To all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
Say ex-Fedman?
Yes, ex-Fedman.
Dun. All right, let's move on. Talk some Ethereum, some altcoins. Ethereum supply falls at a rate of 1%. Now, this might not seem huge, but it's huge. Ethereum has reduced its total supply at the rate of 1% in the past week, making it the first crypto of note to have ever done so. 23,000 ETH have been taken out of circulation in the last week, about a fifth of the total amount since ETH turned deflationary in January. Now, 112,000 ETH in total has been removed, worth about $200 million. And of course, network fees have increased. Costs about $15 for a Uniswap transaction and $2 for a normal transaction. That is high, man. That is extremely high. That is why you want to use layer 2s, but I understand sometimes you have to use ETH and pay the gas. I don't know. With sharding, is that going to change? Who knows? But we know that Vitalik wants all smart contracts and everything to run on layer 2s. And with the rise of Arbitrum, Optimism, of course, we have Polygon, we have Loopring, we have ZK Sync, we have Starknets coming out. Hey, man. Could Ethereum, could these fees go down to pennies? Because everything's ran on the layer 2.
The only way and we're in the middle of a bear market. The only way that we're going to get this thing going down to pennies is with a proposal upgrade, part of the roadmap coming to fruition. And until then, this is going to happen. It'll probably go down when the volume goes down as well, when they're not minting anything. But as soon as there's any big thing going on Ethereum, as soon as there's a big mint, as soon as there's a big price jump up, the fees are going to go up like normal. My concern is that please address this throughput, this gas fee issue before the next bull market. That's all I ask. Vitalik, my dude, if you're watching us,
he's for sure
go work out. 2, if you're watching us,
go work out.
The dude is skinny, man.
Dude's loaded.
Now, he is a little loaded. But please, for the love of God, just get this thing upgraded before the next bull market. Because what's going to happen? Usually you get about a 10x in market cap from, I'm just saying broadly speaking, I don't have any actual analytics to go with this, just my own personal perception. Each bull market, I'd say it's roughly 10x on prices for a lot of the projects. 10x's on new users coming in, you know, all the new degens, people around the world, money, liquidity, market cap in its entirety. So it's about there, right? And so I am just so fearful. If we had $200 gas fees back in that last bull market, if we don't address this issue going into the next one, $200 gas fee might be $2,000 gas fee, right? If this isn't addressed.
You don't say that.
Could happen. Could happen. That's why I preach to you. Vitalik, my man.
It ain't Sunday, bro.
Put some more lanes. Open up that throughput.
Miguel,
open up that highway.
Miguel Costa said,
build it when the bear market, please.
Build it and they will come and pay less gas fees. Now, Miguel Costa said, hard to beat the 200 moving average of viewer resistance. Well, you can help us there by sharing our stream out.
No, but if you throw the Fibonacci, you'll see we're going to reach.
We have to draw the 2 Fibonacci retracement. What are we going next?
Fibonacci with some gnocchi.
No. Ooh,
Fibonacci
dude,
gnocchi.
that gnocchi? All right, so we went to dinner with...
No, don't start.
Hold on, bro. We went to dinner with...
This was official gnocchi. This was good stuff.
We went to dinner with AJ, his girlfriend. It was me, Rob, AJ, his girlfriend. Yes, it was a double date, kind of. That's kind of weird. But anyways...
You know what was weird is that you sat next to AJ's girlfriend and I sat next to AJ.
Okay. You sat across from me, and then it would have been weird if they both would have sat next to you or next to me and have one person by themselves across. So you put them in that position.
You know, speaking of food while we're down there, they brought some pizza for us, and they did bring some barbecue chicken pizza from my boy.
Thank you very much. Bro Yoshi, if you're in here, you can attest to everyone. I do not lie when I say I love barbecue chicken pizza. You can see how upset I was when I thought the last piece was eaten, but
it was the deep dish as well. It was
that pizza was fire.
It was so thick though, man. It's too dense, man. The thing is like when I get pizza, man, I get a box pizza. I want to eat like 3 or 4 slices, especially if you got a variety. Well, when you go with that deep dish pizza,
ate 3 to 4 pieces.
It looked like this, bro.
You still ate 3 to 4 pieces.
Like, bro, I ate 1 slice and I was full.
You're a liar. You ate 3 pieces.
But I was full after the first slice, and I still ate the second and third. I was full. I could have stopped at the first one, nutritionally speaking. But the fact that I had to power through the second and third slice, and then
nutritionally speaking,
I'm still waiting for the gnocchi story, though. Eh?
Oh yeah,
the gnocchi was delicious. It was really good.
It's really not much.
Mojito, not so much. AJ,
they were gonna do ravioli, and then I decided to.
One thing that poor man AJ asked for was, guys, just I want some ravioli.
Overruled all of that.
We're not doing a ravioli.
Well, I asked the hostess. I asked her. I was like, "What's good here?" She was like, "Try the gnocchi." And then nobody ordered gnocchi, and I was like, "Yo, we need this," and we got ravioli as an appetizer. And I was like, "Scratch that. Send out the gnocchi."
Gnocchi was fire.
Scratch.
It was what were we talking about? I want to give a shout out to Jen. Jen is part of the administrative crew down at Hit Network. She prepared, or not prepared, but she facilitated some bomb lunch for us every day we were there. So big shout out to you. Thank you, Jen. Mm-hmm. Now, staying on Ethereum, this was kind of interesting. Ethereum ICO participant awakes after 7.7 years? 7.7 years of dormancy. A long dormant ETH address that participated in the initial ICO awoke after a little more than 7.5 years. It transferred 1 Ether to a new address, which some speculate indicates just a test transaction. The wallet in question got over 2,300 Ether, worth approximately $4.4 million today. Like, I want to prove to you guys, right? Now, this person, right, they obviously got in the ETH ICO. They paid pennies, 31 cents, I believe it was. But they didn't touch their money for over 7 years. And now they're sitting on $4 million. So what I'm trying to say is, I understand.
That you're buying Hex?
No, hell no. And no offense to anyone that buys Hex. It's just not my cup of tea, which is okay. For what I'm trying to say is, yes, there's people that make a ton of money really fast in crypto. But if you're risk averse, you can also do the same thing. Now, I know ICOs are a lot more risky, but imagine if you would have bought Bitcoin. Like, look at this. Satoshi era wallet, Bitcoin wallet suddenly comes to life after sitting dormant for over 12 years. And look at what price they paid for their Bitcoin. They paid $1, right? Bought it for $1, and then bought more. Bought 100, so $4.81, and at $1. So what I'm trying to prove to you is this. If you're more risk averse and you're like, look, I want to invest in crypto, but it's too, just buy and hold, man. Buy Bitcoin and hold. Buy ETH and hold. Buy Cardano and hold. You know what I'm saying? So there's ways to it. Anyways, this is pretty interesting as well. Crypto Billy mentioned this in the chat earlier. Said it's kind of weird that all these dormant addresses are now coming to wake. We did see a Twitter thread. We didn't share it, but it was a Twitter thread saying OG wallets, even hardware wallets, are being drained. We're talking about wallets that were created years ago. I just don't understand if you don't have that thing connected to any dApp or Web3, anything like that. I don't understand how that can happen. But then again, I'm not a dev. I don't know how that backend stuff works. But a Bitcoin wallet has sat dormant since 2011, has abruptly come back to life, moving $10 million worth of Bitcoin. 400 BTC was sent to a newly created address before being sent yet again to another one. What does this mean? I don't want to speculate on it too much. Does it mean they're trying to sell? I don't think so. I could be wrong. Do you have any thoughts on all these wallets, Robin, that are suddenly coming back to life after a decade of being?
I think it's just people getting ready for the next bull market. And
like 12 years.
Here's the thing. You want to wake up your wallet when you're in the middle of a bull market and everyone's moving money around and everything's all crazy. Like, I do it now, man.
What does it matter?
And get ready. What's that?
What does it matter if it's?
It doesn't. It really doesn't. I mean, if you're working with Ethereum and Bitcoin,
if anything, it'll be to your benefit.
No, I mean, here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of buzz going on in a bull market, right? There's all this stuff going on, and you're moving stuff around, you're buying all these new projects, and next thing's hitting all-time high, and then everyone's all like, "Yo, you heard about this NFT thing?" And then you're like, "What's a metaverse?" And anyways, there's a lot going on. And so right now, ain't a lot going on. So you're just looking at your wallet, you're like, "Man, I got 4,000 Bitcoin in this one wallet." I was like, you know what? Let me separate this stuff. And so I think if people, because just not a lot going on in our space, it's kind of like cleaning your house, It's like, maybe it's not quite summer yet. Springtime's here. It's a little chilly outside. Can't go to the pool, but there's not much going on. You're like, hey, holidays are over. Let me tidy up this house a little bit. Let me do some spring cleaning. And I think that's where we're at now. We're in the springtime of crypto. And, we made it through the winter. And now we're starting to gear up for the summertime. And, in the summertime, you got not enough time. And you're going to be hitting the pool and vacation. So we tidy this ship up now.
Okay.
That's all I got. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Did you hit the like button? Because if you have not,
we're done.
Do us a favor.
We're done.
And hit the like button before we leave.
Guys, to all of you that are new here, welcome to the Sinner community. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, as we do upload random videos, so you don't want to miss any of those. Also, we did run a merch giveaway. We have, to those winners, we have emailed you your $25 gift code. Go to inandoutcrypto.com, just like the amazing burger chain that is in In-N-Out Burger. But instead of burger, it's crypto.com. Okay. You'll find Sin City merch, but you'll also find general crypto merch. There's a whole different segment for XRP Army, for Cardano, for Ethereum, and there's a lot of cool stuff on
Bitcoin.
And Bitcoin, yeah. Can't forget.
Just in case.
Also, go follow us on all of our social medias. Twitter, Coors Lightyear. That's pretty dope. I like. We're most active on Twitter at Sin City Crypto 1. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, and a lot of different places. All the links and everything you need are in the description of this video. So with that being said, man, have I missed this next part of what I'm about to do? My finger has been shaking.
This sounds good, but it's
shaking
okay.
finger. It's been waiting for this day.
I don't want to know what the finger has been.
With that being said, Rocco. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We are excited to be back with you guys. We have an amazing rest of the week planned. Make sure to come back. On behalf of myself, Robin, and Rocco, what happened to my finger tornado, bro?
Doesn't work. Doesn't work your finger tornado.
Because you got the volume down. You sabotaged me, bro. Anyways, guys, we love y'all. See you tomorrow. Peace.
it.